Hello YouTube, we got another game here, Kinemon versus Blue Ivankov. Ivankov is going second. I want to say they want to go first just because their curve is 1, 3, 5, 7 is good because they're 5, they could put the crocodile, and 7 they could play the Ivankov Luffy combo, and then 9 they play the Mihawk. But he's going second. I'm going first. My turn 2, I Bonnie into another Bonnie. All my Don are tapped out. I pick up a 7 cost Kid. I think there are 2 Odins in hand, so I think that might have been a misplay. I should have just picked up a 2k counter. Here he uses his board to clear my Bonnies and uses the Ivankov the swing leader, which I take. I don't think there were much counters in my hand. He summons out a 4 cost Inazuma, which becomes a 7k blocker essentially when he has 1 or less cards. So I'm going to 5k to the law blocker. I don't want that sticking. He's already going to have a bunch of blockers on board. He does have 3 cards in hand. I'm going to play the Okiku for 2 and leave 3 down up. I do have a Punk Gibson in hand, but I'm leaving 3 down up just because I can't play anything else. If I did have another 3 drop, I probably would have just played him to have a wider board. So Ivankov's going to swing with the Inazuma, 5k to leader. He has about 4 cards in hand, I think. I'm going to Punk Gibson that just because I only have 1 other card to counter, which is the X-Drake. And then he's going to summon 6 cost Luffy. He's deciding whether or not he wants to dump 2 cards to bounce the Okiku, which is probably a better play just to remove my board. Knowing that I am going to be 7 down next turn, I can summon out Odin, and I basically lose out that swing because the Okiku also doesn't have any counter. So I 5k into the Inazuma, he 2k counters out of it, and then I play Odin for 7. So at this point he only has 2 cards left. He's at 8 Don, so he can use his Ivankov play if he has the cards. It doesn't seem like it. He's got his 8 Don separated into 2 piles of 4. Attaching 2 Don to leader to swing for 7. I'm just going to take that. Again, I don't think I have much counter. I think I just drew into a Yamato. He's going to 7 with Luffy. I'm deciding if I don't counter out of this one, he's probably going to attack with the Inazuma. He does have a bunch of Don left. So it's probably also going to be another big swing. But if I don't have much counter, I'm just going to take it. He plays another Inazuma, so now he only has 1 card in hand, and his other Inazuma is plus 2,000. 2 more Don, so it's plus 4,000. So it's a 9,000 swing that I can't block. So now I'm at 1 life to his 5. He only has 1 card in hand. His board is really wide, and I just have to focus on clearing some of it. That Luffy definitely has to go. And now I'm considering if I want to restand to clear the Inazuma that's rested, or I choose to attack with 7 with the leader just because it's a 2 Don investment and he only has 1 card in hand. I use 3 with leader ability to summon a Yamato to rest the other one, and I restand Odin to clear it. So that was a pretty good turn. I got 3 swings in and I was able to clear his board of all the main threats. He does still have the buggy on board, but he would have to attach a lot of Don to actually use him as a attacker. So he uses 1 Don to leader. He has 9 Don up, probably going to Mihawk. I counter out of that one because I can't take any more. And there he goes, he Mihawks my Yamato, and now I'm still back with Odin and just my leader on board. He's still at 5 life. He does only have 1 card in hand, so I can try to push for damage. I do summon out a Izo to rest his buggy. Now that I only have 1 life, every character is a potential threat, so I clear that with leader. I use the Odin to attack once, and then I use my 5 cost law that I was holding in hand to bounce back the Izo and play out an Okiku. Kind of like the only real play that law can do is to reuse something and then push out another Okiku. The only real good time. law's good. So here, he only has the 2 attackers. With one of my blockers, I should be able to still stay alive this turn. He plays a new common land. He's going to draw 1, chuck 1. So he chucks another new common land. And he's now considering whether or not he wants to chuck more cards. And the reason he's considering that is because he actually drew into a Ivankov, which lets him draw up to 3 cards. So he has that in hand. He's just considering what he should do next. He's going to play the Ivankov, draw 2 so that he has 3 cards, and he ends up drawing into a Luffy, tossing out his 2 other cards, and he bounces my Okiku. And just like that, I am short another character. That Okiku just got bounced twice. So it would be still tough for me to push for damage. He can still attack with that Mihawk afterwards. So right now I just counter out of the 7k leader attack. He's attacking with Mihawk. I take it. I don't block because I need to keep that law alive so I can swing with it next turn to potentially have lethal. My only real option here is to just go straight for life. Even if I could clear that Mihawk, he's going to have the Ivankov and the Luffy on board. So that would be a 3 attackers, and the Luffy can actually bounce blockers that are 4 or less, I believe. So unless I get rid of the Luffy as well as the Mihawk, there's no point in trying to deal with his board. So now that I'm committed to just going straight for game, I do have exactly 4 attacks, so everything has to land. He only has 2 cards in hand. So if he does have any 2k counters, I basically lose anyways. So I'm just considering what the best path is that just increases my odds of landing all of my attacks. The first attack is definitely going to be 7,000. The question is, after the 7,000, how much do I save for Odin's double swing and how much do I use for the second attack? So here I choose to attack with the law first, just in case there is a trigger that bounces the law. Very unlikely, but I'm not leaving the law up anyways because I have to go for game. I'm electing now to swing 9,000 with leader. Potentially I could swing with 7,000, but 7,000 just means a 2 card counter and he already has 3 cards. So I just go with the 9 and then I'm just going to swing 9 twice with Odin. And that turned out to be just enough for game. Thanks for watching. Dude, I was like